Goalkeepers. You'd be mad to be one. However, there's one in the Plymouth area that's become somewhat of a living legend.
Yeah, I think Jake Cooper's probably one of the best goalkeepers I've ever seen.
The Red Giant. Safe hands.
Amazing goalkeeper. Amazing goalkeeper.
Inter Plymouth's number one. This is the story of Jake Cooper. So right now, I'm stood outside the house of the parents of Jake Cooper. In fact, that very room there is where Jake Cooper was conceived. I'm about to make my way inside and talk to Mark and Mel just about how Coops was as a child, his early life, and when did football start becoming an interest for Jake Cooper.
Hi. Dave, come on in.
Thank you. So what are your earliest memories of Jake?
So Jake was born on the 22nd of December 1998. He was rather late, but when he arrived it was amazing. First thing we noticed was Jake's rather large hands. Why do you think that was, Mum?
I don't know why it was, but we always knew he was going to become a footballer, didn't we?
Oh, yes, a footballer. That's what we thought. It would be lovely for him to be a footballer.
And then we saw him play, and that's why he became a goalkeeper.
His line to control and build from the back as he goes long and high over halfway towards Alex, who brings.
So my earliest memory of Jake and football was when he broke his dad's heart in year 4. And not only came home one day and said, "Dad, I don't want to support Liverpool, I want to support Arsenal." And in my eyes, Jake has been in Arsenal for the rest of his life.
Despite being an Arsenal fan for much of his life, in 2015 Coops started coming to watch Argyle and quickly became a season ticket holder. Since then, he's had the chance to witness the likes of Luke McCormick, Vincent Zarell, Mark McCallum and Remy Matthews, just to name a few. However, now Coops has a new idol in Niall Canavan.
Jake Cooper. Yeah, he's everything you'd want in a goalkeeper. As long as what you want is the inability to catch and diabetes.
Coops as a bloke, well, he's got quite a sweet heart, really, which is ironic.
I had my own little football team of 6-a-side players, mainly ex-Royal Mail players or Royal Mail workers, and we needed a couple of star signings, and that's where I signed on Jake and Joe as my star players.
My brother Jake is the number 1 keeper for Inter Plymouth, and he's a big inspiration for why I got into football. Let's have a look at the medals. Mummy's number 1 boy.
Down the road behind me is Lipson AstroTurf, and it's where Coops got his first real chance in the game. Mark Cooper gave him the opportunity to play in some small-sided games with his workmates, and whilst he didn't necessarily get off to the best of starts, Coops quickly showed that he took great strides in learning the art of the game.
Jake superseded the number 1 goalkeeper at the time, Eric, the one-eyed goalkeeper.
In the last year or so, I've played Thursday night football with Jake, and I think we can all say that even Rob is a better keeper, and he plays outfield.
He was, to put it politely, abysmal as a young lad, and I was injured for about 2 years. Ankle injury, was out. I came back to start playing on Thursday nights to sort of ease myself in, and all of a sudden Jake was a goalkeeper, and not just an average goalkeeper, an amazing goalkeeper.
In his ability, it's undoubted, to have been called up by his dad to play adult football at the age of, 13, to play with such masterful players as Mario Muelli. It's, the proof is in the pudding.
So Jake went to secondary school and had a really nice time at DHS, met a lot of friends. They were nice friends, weren't they?
How would I describe Jake Cooper? We know that old expression, he's got good feet for a big lad. That doesn't apply.
Jake Cooper is the most graceful goalkeeper I've ever played with.
We had a football team.
Oh yeah, they went and he joined a football team then with one of his friends.
Yeah, AC Plymouth. They weren't friends, they were a group of reprobates really, but he then decided he would like to play and go for them.
Behind me is Brickfield's AstroTurf. The location where Jake Cooper signed his first ever club contract. AC Plymouth manager at the time, John Chadwick, took a chance on Coops that not many other managers were willing to take. And despite being advised to the contrary, Chadwick signed on Coops, and there's been no looking back since.
Okay, so then after a couple of years of coming along to First Night Football, Jake roped me into helping out with AC Plymouth and being one of the main coaches there. But not only was I the main coach, I was the swimming coach, mainly from Jake's kicks going in the river.
So obviously I've known Jake for all 14 years of my life, and over those 14 years I've seen him develop as a player and as a goalkeeper, and all I can say is that he still can't keep the ball inside of the pitch.
This river behind me certainly saw its fair share of Jake Cooper goal kicks. Plimpton St Mary's used to be a fortress for AC Plymouth. However, the elements have since taken their toll, and the goalmouths that were graced by Jake Cooper are no longer present and are just a distant memory. Plimpton St Mary's was the home pitch for the majority of Jake Cooper's time at AC Plymouth, and it certainly saw its fair share of goalkeeping heroics. However, it was here that Coops made a rare appearance in defence and midfield, being instrumental in leading AC to a 4-2 victory with a man-of-the-match performance that has since been compared to the likes of Patrick Vieira in his prime. Everybody present at that game will never forget the lung-busting box-to-box run that Coops made chasing after a lost cause. Under Chadwick, Coops wasn't getting as much first-team action as he would have liked, playing second fiddle to Joseph Pencae Del Caro in the race for AC Plymouth's #1 shirt.
When I meet Coops, long story. Both goalkeepers at the time, that was good fun. And before we knew it, we were both challenging for first team position every week. Those are the days. Blimey, Coops could kick a ball. Absolute unit, mark my words, absolute unit.
However, that all changed when new manager and now club legend John Hodge took charge. Under Hodge, Coops flourished, keeping at least one clean sheet in the years that followed. However, with the end of secondary school came the end of AC Plymouth, and Coops' footballing career was left in limbo until Inter Plymouth.
So what is Inter Plymouth? That's a very good question. We are a little Sunday league side, friendly, family Sunday league side. Just sort of a bunch of friends who in 2017 decided that a hapless under-18 team who failed to win a single game in their final season was a good place to start an adult side from.
I'm currently walking on the hallowed turf at Staddiscombe, the home pitch for Coops' current club, Inter Plymouth. In fact, right now, I'm in the exact penalty box where Jake Cooper would have stood when he made his competitive debut for the club in a narrow 21-1 defeat to Central Park Rangers. Since then, it has only been up in Jake Cooper's goalkeeping career.
Jake Cooper. I don't really know him. I think he plays for Inter, in goal. Never sees him at training. Yes, I do know him. He's the fucking shit keeper we got.
Inter Plymouth were established in 2017, and as a founding member, Jake Cooper has been ever present in the starting lineup, holding the record for most appearances for the club. Behind me are two pitches where Jake Cooper has made many memorable moments, including a 5-0 victory against Barbican Pirates, which was one of Jake Cooper's first clean sheets for the club.
My best memories of Jake as a player. I think he made a save once. Yeah, he must have. I mean, none come to mind, but he must have made one.
But he also lets in P-rollers for fun.
The amount of times you'd hear, my God, how the hell has he saved that? And just, you know, even up to the point last week, I think it was, when we played down at DHS against, I want to say Plymouth Athletic, and one of their midfielders threw 1-on-1, and he made a fantastic save, charging him down, showed bravery, huge strength, and you know, it wasn't just a floppy hand he stuck out, he literally swatted the ball.
Through his footballing career, Jake Cooper has already captured the imagination of the footballing world, and at age just 21, there's plenty more years left of this to come. Happy birthday, Coops.
happy birthday, you useless prick.
Hope you get to spend it with your family and your friends, and look forward to seeing you on the football pitch again. All right, mate. All the best.
And even though Jake makes the odd blooper every now and again, he is a rather excellent goalkeeper, and we love him very much, don't we?
Yeah, and a wonderful son. So happy birthday, Jake.
Happy birthday, Jake.
We love you.
We love you.